Hello, my name is Elliot.Moreck, and today I just wanted to do a video about how your D-loop should be properly tied for you. I recently ran into an instance where I had bought new target arrows, and the person that I have had retie it didn't tie it in the same place, and my bow was kind of just out of tune, and I was shooting everywhere. Little background information. I shoot Matthews Lift 33. Pretty much Matthews bridge lock sight with the stabilizers, back bar, and limb legs. Then I have gas bowstrings, which, my opinion, best bowstrings you can get, with the specialty peep with a verifier. And when I bought the new arrows, I was just shooting them, messing around, trying to get them to sight in. They just wasn't working for me. So I went down to my Joad coach at High Tines Archery, and I was just shooting him a little bit down there while he was helping out another person. And I mentioned to him that these just weren't shooting right, and it wasn't my fault. We figured out, we took it in the shop, we looked at the D-loop. They had soft knocks tied with them, with gas bowstrings. For any of you that don't know, you really shouldn't tie soft knocks on them, because when you have your dealer order them, your dealer tells them what knocks you'll be using. So mine were the Easton Target knocks for the Super Drive 23s, because that's what I shoot for Joad. So he told gas bowstrings that the center serving needed to be for them knocks, and it's basically so you don't have to go and knock tune all your arrows for them to fit the same on here. They come pre-tuned. And what'll happen if you do, it will pinch the string here, so your center serving could actually be thinner or thicker, and it's not going to tune the same, and your knock's not gonna come off the same as it used to. So with the D-loop, we cut all the soft knocks out. Luckily, we were able to find the old Sharpie marks from where the D-loop was, which was amazing, because we would have had to mess around with it a lot. And we tied the new D-loop. We tied the new D-loop in right where them old Sharpie marks were, and we remarked it in case anything ever happened again. Now, for D-loops at the shop, he uses the Pine Archery. They're super durable D-loops, the super durable D-loop material. We won't use the Target D-loop material, because there's times it just does weird stuff in your release, and it's super flexible, and it just doesn't hold the shape, and it wears down a lot faster than this real durable, non-flexible stuff will. And it could grip down on your string more. So we got that sorted out, and this video is basically just talk about, why it mattered. And it mattered because when we were paper tuning this originally, we shot it through paper and we moved it, and it was a perfect bullet hole. But that tune just didn't work for me. Now, there's 3 ways you can tie your D-loops to make them perfect for you. So my D-loops, when I put my arrow in here, I need my arrow to be knock high, which is basically your arrow sitting on your rest at an angle down low, hence the word knock high. So my arrow, I don't know if you could see it, but it is like this, slightly on my rest, which causes me, for my sight tape, not to have to have all the way up here, but more somewhere in the middle. The way this was put on was level, so the arrow was more like the arrow was more like how it is now, where it's more centered on it and it shoots straight out of the bow. The problem with this is when you're not shooting a really high poundage, your arrow will drop more and your sight tape on your bow, you will have to move it higher, and there's chances when you're shooting heavier arrows that you might not be able to use that sight because of that tuning. Then there's knock low, which your arrow is actually tipping up, and this is mostly for archers that that are shooting like a higher poundage, but they need, and say it like on their sight tape they're down here because they're shooting such a high poundage and the arrow's flying so fast that they need it to actually be pushed up to get it in that middle where you want it. So that's the 3 ways you can tie it. When I had it retied, I had it tied centered, and it affected it because my sight was so high, it caused my peep to get out of whack, and it actually would have been needed to get moved. And at first, we weren't really going to move it because we didn't think I was shooting bad. Until I put 3 arrows in the target, and I was completely off. And it turns out, like, when you go somewhere, make sure they tune the bow for you and you're comfortable. And I learned my lesson because I didn't speak up, and I should have. And this is what can happen in archery. There's so many variabilities, especially with something as small as that. Your D-loop just getting moved by a millimeter or 2, and it not being set up the way you had it can really affect your shot. And I can't express that enough when I say it really can affect your shot. And I was glad that we got this figured out. Anyways, thank you for watching. Again, thank you High Times Archery for fixing and tuning my bow. And we'll see you next time.